Hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review on The Family Chantel, Season 4, Episode 12, No Separate Separation. But I call this episode, I Want a Divorce. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for deciding to hit that thumbs up button, that subscribe button, and sharing this video. Thank you so much for joining this family, one of the best families on the YouTube. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I am hoping that you all have enjoyed this marathon today. Hi, everybody out there. I want to shout out real quick my VIPs, and those are the people who make this whole thing work. I want to say hello to Deirdre Jackson. Hi, boo. Hello, Ann Moss. Hello, Sean Tillman, Justica, Spin XO24, Kimmy, Queen of the Mall, all okay. Miss Swan Day, hi, boo. Hello, Glam for the Culture. Hello, Nicole. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Dale. Hey, D. McFarland. What's up, Betty Robble? Hey, everybody. Hey, Randy Thompson. Just wanted to shout out a couple of you all. So glad that you all decided to come back and join me. Y'all, if I had to rate this episode of The Family Chantel, I would rate this episode AA minus, believe it or not. Let me know down in the comments section what you would rate this episode of The Family Chantel. I thought that this was one of the realest episodes that I have seen in The Family Chantel history. So it absolutely deserves an A. Absolutely, it does. Okay, because it was a whole bunch of fool-la-la and foolishness going on, but it was just, it just felt real. It did not feel fake. And they gave us our life. They gave us information that we have been wanting for quite some time. And I'm thankful that you all have hit that button, turned on your notifications, and that you are here with me tonight. One of the best things about Auntie's advice is you, the subscriber, you, the niece, you, the nephew, you, the member, because y'all be going ham in the comments. I know y'all think I do not look at them, but I do. And I so appreciate the live dialogue that goes on over here at Auntie's advice. Without further ado, let's get into this episode. Hunty, we saw Nicole and Alejandro have the last showdown at the hoedown, honey. Alejandro last week went and met up with Nicole and brought her that long awaited piece of paper that didn't mean to Miss Lydia. He brought in the divorce papers, okay? And so we watched, as he stood outside in the hallway, and Mama Lydia cussed him out. Okay, because Mama Lydia does not like him. She don't like the smell of his cologne. She don't like anything about this mofo, and I am sure here for it. Y'all let me know down in the comment section if y'all are here for the same thing. There's just something about this dude that just is absolutely off-putting in my opinion. Okay. And so we see, her meet up with him outside at a cafe, and she is ready to discuss what happened the day before. And so while she is talking to Alejandro and telling him about how she felt, about their relationship, about the divorce papers and everything, he wants to tear down her mother. How many of you all know it doesn't make a difference how bad your parents are? You can talk about them, but they can't. Okay, I can talk about my own mama, my brother, my sister, my aunts, my cousins, my nieces, and my nephews, but you can't put your mouth on them. The more he began to talk, the more her whole attitude about him changed. He said that her mother had a problem because she don't have a man of her own. And Nicole was like, you know what? My mama is happy and she don't need a man of her own. She was saying, my mother just does not like you. And you stood outside of the hallway instead of coming in and fighting for this relationship, because as we all know, it took a lot for Nicole to even take the mofo to the house. And so when, she took him to the house, he had already predetermined that he was not going to take anything off of Miss Lydia. Okay. And so as soon as she started cussing and fussing, he walked up out of the door and left her to deal with this on her own. Now, the mother had made a lot of comments saying that, this mofo, was controlling and all of that. And I think that Nicole had an opportunity to think about all of that herself, because after all, he has tried to control her. He was, in a relationship with some other woman and was denying, what the relationship really was. Okay. He tried to downplay the relationship and say that it wasn't what it was. Okay. But Nicole ain't stupid. She may be dumb, but she ain't stupid. So Nicole was just telling him, I think that we need to back off for a while and we need time. And Alejandro told her, it's now or never, boo. Either you with me now or you not. I'm not giving you a second chance. I'm not giving you an opportunity to even think about it. I want it now. She said, you know what? If you want it now, boo, you got it. I'm out of here. Kick rocks, kick dirt, going back to the United States. Get by your cologne and your little fake, bags and all of that kind of stuff and get about my life. And I did not blame Nicole for that. Nicole said that what was more important to her was her relationship with her mother. She wanted to mend this relationship. And she felt like, it was her brother and her mother that she really needed to cling to. And she really wanted reconciliation with her mother. And he didn't want this. He had already told her at the table that he was done with Miss Lydia. And who wants to have a man in your life, honey, that can't get along with your damn family? Now, that's not to say that your parents are always going to agree or be agreeable with the person that you choose to spend the rest of your life with for 1 hour or 2 years or whatever. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying when you have so much conflict and then you have a mofo who doesn't have one respectful thing to say about your mama and can't keep his mouth shut about how he really feel until he fixes the situation, he gonna tell her that her mother needs to have tape on her mouth, allow him to say and do whatever he wants to say and do, and then after that, take the tape off of her mouth. Who talks about somebody's mama like that? Alejandro. And then, of course, his head grown out and he looking right shabby and Okay, so no, nobody cares. And so, Nicole basically went back to her mama's house and wants to reconcile her relationship with her mother. And I think that that's the thing. The mother went in the room and was talking to Nicole and was telling Nicole that she needed to help out around the house and do chores. And Nicole said no. Nicole said that she's, really dealing with some things. So mama began to tell her about her conversation with Pedro and Chantel, and how she was a mediator. And the daughter was like, really, mama, you ain't got nothing to do with that. How in the hell you gonna help somebody, when you was messing with, getting pregnant by somebody that was married? And so the mother said, look, honey, let me tell you, won't know, I didn't lose nothing in the deal. Matter of fact, I gained. She said, I am a lawyer because of him. He paid for all of my schooling. Mama said he made sure that I got what I needed. So don't get it twisted. I wasn't the trick, he was. And I had 2 beautiful children out of the deal. Now, I was feeling mama on that one. In a way, okay, not all the way, but in a way, I was kind of feeling mama, because I was like, you know what? You got in that situation. You had 2 children out of the deal, and you got a degree, and you became a lawyer. You better go here, girl. Make it work. If it ain't gonna work, I mean, some of y'all probably gonna put some stuff down in the comments, but I'm just saying, make it work if it ain't gonna work. Because guess what? She may not have really wanted the mofo anyway. Be honest about the whole situation, okay? But anyway, that's what happened with that. So back at the ranch, we see, Chantel and Pedro living in a household, just completely separated. Pedro indicates that he loves Chantel and all this kind of stuff. I just find it really, really hard to believe. As I said, last week during my review, it's just the vitriol of it all, and just the anger and the aggression that Pedro is coming with, that gives me pause and makes me think that this was all part of Pedro's plan. The year, the timing, everything is, the math is mathing. Now, usually the math is not mathing, but in this case, the math is mathing, and it's all mathing in Pedro's favor. Y'all let me know down in the comment if the math is mathing. It's like 1 + 1 is absolutely equaling 2. 5 years max, okay? And now all of a sudden you want out. You gave it 1 more year because of fear of the unknown. You didn't know until he sat his ass down there with that attorney. We saw the 2 of them living up in the house because Chantel indicated that she did not want him to leave. So the 2 of them decided that they would stay in separate bedrooms, but still stay in the same house. Chantel's idea of doing this is, or her expected or desired outcome is that if they stayed together with one another under the same roof, that eventually he would start to have feelings for her, and he would, decide to change, and maybe he would become soft and compassionate towards her, and they could rekindle the relationship. Chantel, this joint been over since it started. When your mama was saying back in the day, and we all was laughing and kiki and ha-ha, but we all, could see through the smoke screen. Basically, her mama had already said that she believed that Pedro and his family was harvesting American dollars. She believed that the mother, Miss Lydia, set it all up for him to meet an American girl and come to America. And one of the other shows that I was covering, Love in Paradise, someone had mentioned, Johan had mentioned that everybody from the DR wants to come to the United States. Now, that may not be true for everybody, but when he made that statement, it made me think about the family Chantel. It made me think about Louise. It made me think about Pedro. Again, in my opinion, I think that Pedro had always wanted to be here for opportunity. And it's nothing wrong with that. Wanting to go to, another country or whatever for opportunity. The problem is that you don't use someone else and deceive someone, okay, in my opinion, to get here. You don't have to cause any hurt in all that with someone else. But everybody was talking to Chantel, and Chantel believed Pedro over everybody else, even to the point where she convinced her family that this man was in it for love and that he really cared for her. We saw Pedro back in a 90 Day Fiance when he was fighting with her family and stuff like that, and it spilled over into the family Chantel when he was fighting with River and everything, and we've seen him, try to make money moves by bringing his mother and his sister over here. It's just the math has just been mathing over these years, in my opinion. And so here we now find ourselves with the two of them living in the same household, and Chantel not being able to control her emotions. She's up one minute, down the next. She's knocking on Pedro's door. She's crying. She is just completely desperate because Chantel said that she does not understand people not being together because she's been living in her parents' household and they've always been together. So to have a divorce or to be separated from Pedro, to not be able to have kids out of this relationship is not something that she saw. I do believe that Chantel has been very selfish in this relationship. I believe that she's been neglectful. I think it's fine for a person to go on vacation, but when you're going on 10 vacations and you always coupled up and booed up with your girlfriends, it's just not going to work for your relationship. Pedro goes on also to say that he, gave up something. Pedro ain't give up a damn thing. But anyway, he won't even work. And he came over here as a student, remember? So what did Pedro really give up? I mean, now let's just go ahead and keep it a buck 100, right? I don't remember Pedro even having a job, but he got one when he got here. He got one, and he supported her, and he believed, according to his confession, that once he got her through school, she would help him. But but bringing him over here, in my opinion, helped Pedro, because when we met Pedro was sending money in televisions and all that kind of stuff, computers, laptops. He was sending stuff back to his mother. He even got his mother and his sister out of the slums and got them a new apartment. Do y'all remember all of that? We remember, Pedro. We remember. We have not forgotten, nor are we deceived about what we have seen in the past. The math is mathing for Pedro. Chantel is walking through the house. She said that she's always been lonely, that Pedro doesn't sleep at home. Pedro indicated that she sits on the sofa and waits for him to come home from work and everything. She said that he won't talk to her at all. He said that he is done. He is done with Chantel, but I think he's been done with Chantel for a long time. We saw Pedro go to a immigration divorce attorney. Okay, she's immigration and divorce. And she began to tell Pedro what it was that he could do, what his rights were. She asked him, when did he get his green card? He says 6 months after he got here. Who applied for that? Chantel. Equation number one. Then she asked him, okay, how long has he been here and been in the marriage? 5-6 years. She said, okay, when you at the 5-year mark, you can apply for your own citizenship. Equation number two. Did she change for an adjustment of status? Yes, she did. He said he just wanted 50-50. He don't want to really hurt her pockets. Maybe that's because he has $267,000 in a Swiss bank account. Okay. So he don't want to hurt her. Don't hurt her, Hammer. Equation number three. Now he finds out that she still got to take care of him for 10 years or until he gets citizenship. Pedro never realized that he could apply for his own citizenship. And so now it's on like popcorn. he don't have to try to do anything to stay in a relationship with Chantel. Now he can just flat out ask for a divorce. So she tells him, when you get a divorce, it's like a death. Let me tell you what my fees are. If it's a non-contested divorce, I'm charging you $5,000. If she contests the divorce, it's 10. He said, is that the retainer fee? She said, absolutely it is, because a divorce is a funeral and you're going to pay me. He said, well, she's not going to give me a divorce. She said she don't have to. After she gets served the divorce decree, she got 30 days to respond. If she doesn't respond within that 30-day period, we're going to go to the judge for a default judgment. She didn't respond. Pedro said, I would rather die miserable than to pay that $10,000. But honey, I bet you Pedro wrote that check. Because the next thing you know, honey, Pedro came up to Chantel just like Billy Badass while she was out in the lawn. The lawn was atrocious. The grass was not cut. It was weeds around the fire pit. Like, they are not taking care of their home because they got so much other things going on. Meanwhile, back over at Miss Karen and Thomas' house, she was getting her grand piano. She was talking about how all of her children, played instruments and stuff like that, musical instruments and whatever. And they began to talk about the relationship between Chantel and Pedro. At this time, they are not aware that Pedro has asked for a divorce. They are only aware that he is asking for a separation. And Miss Karen indicated that they did not go away to this counseling that Chantel had lied about in the previous episode. And so they begin to say everything, River was like, I haven't talked to Chantel since she came to my house, and I haven't talked to Pedro in a long time. And, as far as I'm concerned, he is everything that I thought he was. Now the family is going back and they're reminiscing, okay, because they're looking at all of these equations that are equaling and coming out to the right answer, honey. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, honey. Okay. Pedro has stacked, in my opinion, he has stacked it all together. He made sure that he met every criteria that he had to make in order to get out of this relationship with Chantel. And that's my opinion about it. Y'all let me know down in them comment sections if y'all agree with me or you disagree. You can do whatever here at Auntie's advice. Okay. But I am looking at everything and I am saying Pedro a bad mother, because he convinced this family, in my opinion, that he really cared for Chantel. So, the family is like, disgusted, and they're now ready to get in there and fight for Miss Chantel. So it's about to be on like popcorn. Meantime, we see him call his mama and tell his mama, what was going on with Chantel. I really do believe that in some ways he's over exaggerating things, and the affection and the crying and all of that stuff that he was doing. Oh, this is sad, because I really loved her. I saw a future with her. Mofo, you lying like I don't know what. You was trying to muster them tears up from the back of your head. I just was like, come on, Pedro. You ain't even got to do all of this. Just straight up say, you know what, I got you. I think that we would have, okay, well, let me not talk for y'all. I think that I would have more respect for him if he just came out the bag and said, you know what, I got her. I tricked her. I bamboozled her. I hoodwinked her. And here I am, bitches. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead on and keep it 100. Put it all the way out there on the table. Show your hand, bitch. Because, at this point, we already know you about to win the game. Chantel goes and has lunch with her girlfriend and tells her girlfriend that, she can't let go and all of that. And the girlfriend was like, let him leave. Let him do what he got to do because you're going to end up losing him. Honey, she's already lost. But, the girlfriend can't pick up the gravity of it. And oftentimes when we're talking to our friends and stuff like that about different things, we can't understand the gravity of what people are saying. The girlfriend is trying to be optimistic and trying to, bite her tongue and trying to help Chantel Chantel out. But at the end of the day, everything that Chantel is saying is true, because we see the venom in which he deals with her. He said that he's trying to protect her and all this kind of stuff. No, he's not. He just was sitting there waiting for that appointment to come up with that lawyer so he can find out what his rights really was. Equation after equation after equation after equation, number after number after number, stacked up numbers. Okay, the math is mathy. He needs to be an accountant because he sure know how to do the math. This mofo knows algebra. He knows calculus. He knows it all. The math is mathing. We see Pedro come into the backyard with Chantel and tell her, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. And I want a divorce. Pedro is not even giving valid reasons for not wanting to be with Chantel anymore. Do y'all hear me? Everything he is saying, I agree with Chantel. There's nothing that she has done that would cause him to go to this extent. Nothing. Nothing she has done has warranted a divorce. Everything that Pedro has said thus far, in my opinion, can be worked out. But he's done. He did his 5-year term. And now he wants out. Thank you so much, KGS, for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Welcome, KGS. Welcome. Join us on Wednesday. I think that we all did the poll, and join the members on Wednesday at 10 o'clock for an interview with Auntie and another special guest. Why did I read that in the comment section? I'm going to do the damn review. If you look at my channel and you got your notification bell on, you know I'm getting ready to do the other 90-day fiance review. Why come over in Family Chantel and talk about 90 days? I tell you, stay focused, boo. Stay focused. I'm going to get to that. Goddamn, enjoy what you over here looking at. Don't be in the comment distracting everybody talking about where's the 90-day fiance review. It's coming, boo. Calm down. Auntie got you. I done did a damn marathon today. Calm the hell down. Stay focused. Stay focused. That's why I keep my glasses off so that I don't see the comment section. God, people cannot stay focused. Anyway, so Chantel is crying at the end of the episode, and I'm going to tell you right now, it broke me down. Chantel began to talk about how she trusted Pedro, how he told her he would never leave her, despite everybody's warnings and everybody's apprehension on both sides. Chantel married Pedro and brought him here to this country. And she broke down. I'm talking about to the fact where she was holding her hands like this, y'all, just bawling, crying. She said, I trusted him. I trusted my husband. He said he would never leave me. Never. He promised me he would never do this. Bitch. Bitch. Y'all know I hardly ever do the Family Chantel review on the same night. But it was so freaking good. I had no other choice than to come out here and relax, relate, release this. It was devastating, regardless of whether you like Chantel or not. Regardless of whether I like Pedro or not. There was some true emotions goings on. And for that, this episode absolutely got A minus from your auntie. Write it down in the history books, bitch, because it probably will never come again. But this one right here, if they were acting, bitch, they get a whole Academy Award. Is it the Academy? Is it the Oscars? They got that. They got that from your auntie. It was devastating. If y'all have not watched it, please go back and watch it. This was one of the best, and like I said, most authentic episodes of the Family Chantel I have ever seen. And I am looking forward to seeing next week's. The previews of next week is when Pedro is going to indicate that Chantel cleaned his mother and bank account out because Chantel said that the math was absolutely and is absolutely mathing, bitch. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to my beloved for joining the membership. Is that another one? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Yuli Tavares, for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Welcome, boo. Come and join us this Wednesday, boo. Oh my God. Welcome to Yuli, and welcome. Where she at? Where that membership at? KGS. Welcome to the family. Thank you to everybody who has hit that subscribe button and joined this family. Thank you to all of my nieces and nephews who are in the comment section, because you all make this thing run. I'm trying to tell you, you do. Thank you to my moderators who always keep the chat nice and safe. I love you all so much. And until we meet again, be safe, y'all. Love y'all.